Hello orienteering friends, welcome to the video. This is a recording of a race in Louny city. It was a sprint. I decided to run M35 category because it was a little bit longer, and I thought that since it's a sprint I will have enough juice to run, and there is also a relay afternoon, so still I thought I can do it. So now back to this race. First control was somewhat a corner of a building. You can see I decided to go straight here along the fortifications. Probably I didn't even notice that I could go to the right, take the stairs and then around. It might have been easier on me to get to control number 1, because here this was a very mild climb, but there were stairs, so that is a questionable route choice here, but I think it was a little bit shorter, and that's why I decided to go here, although I had to run up the stairs here. But at the beginning of the race, still fresh, it wasn't that of a big problem. Of course, here I was a little bit struggling. Control is here in this corner. I'm checking the descriptions, and now to the second control, which is at the town square, at the corner of one building. Not quite sure why they put that purple thingy there. Okay, now it's some kind of a terrace, so I understand. But the control was not there, so no reason to go there in any case. So yeah, this is the control 2. Now control 3 was inside this church, so I had to find the passage, and there was also a control 4 on my way there. I suspect that I even punched control 4 because the sprint can be sometimes like a quick, you have to decide and read the map quickly. Okay, so I'm not punching it, but I'm taking first open door, which was a mistake. Even the GPS got distracted and shot on the other side, and now I'm going to the correct passage to the church, and I'm looking for control number 3. So I was looking at all these pillars. It was behind one of them. So yeah, that was control 3. I think I didn't even have to check the descriptions here because it was clear. Now back to control 4. I already knew where it is, so that was like easy. And yeah, I don't know what was control 5 here, so I continue. Okay, so now I have to go back around control number 1. I was looking for some other passage here on my left in the map, but no, there was no way to go through there, so I had to go around control number 1 and then back to control number 6, which is just opposite control number 5. So this was like down the stairs, up the stairs, basically, which yeah, from this point of view, I think the course setter made it interesting, challenging at least. Here, where am I going? A little bit of hesitation. The control is right here. Now how to get there? Anyways, back to control number 6, which is in the area of control number 1. So yeah, this is the second time I'm going up these stairs, and control number 7 was again down these stairs. So it was, and now I looked even for control number 6, so I knew where I will be running. I think a good strategy, you know. So from here, control number 6, I had to go back down to the fortifications. I remember I was catching a breath here. I don't know why I took these 3 stairs instead of running around the green, but yeah. Now here it was, I remember it was a little bit difficult for me to understand which of these, how to call it, some kind of inlet is it, like I forgot to count or whatever. So, and yeah, maybe I was distracted, didn't know which way to go, like which direction. So here is one control, but I kind of knew that this is not the one and I have to go further. And then I continued this way, but once I was looking at the map, I stopped and decided to go back. It seemed longer this way, but honestly this was a mistake, because I guess I had to have these things sorted out before, you know, at least in sprint. But yeah, what can I do? That's something I have to improve for the next time. So this was sort of a longer leg to control number 8. Again, for the third time these stairs, so I was pretty tired after this. But then once I got to the stairs, up the stairs to the square, I caught my breath and I was able, you know, to continue and push it as much as I could. So I should be on the map shortly. I'm just, you know, I wasn't going the most straight way, let's say. I avoided this market and then continued on the streets here. It wasn't very difficult, you know. Sprint is usually quite easy because you have these streets and buildings, so if you know where you are, it's pretty easy to orient yourself. So now this wasn't even something where I would say I could decide which way to go, since I already set my path, you know. I think this was shorter than to follow the path beneath the fortifications. So now I punched control 8. Here I continued to this small square. There is a fountain where was our control number 9, and then you can even see all the runners passing through this small passage, small street on my left here. So I went there as well, and then slightly to the right to control number 10. And from there I decided to just go back around and don't go around the building here. because you know, I thought this would be a longer way. This was definitely shorter. So the control is right in front of me, and then I was a little bit struggling with reading control number 12 because I didn't understand if it is some kind of stairs or where is it. Fortunately, there were these runners, so that made it clear to me. Now there was a longer leg to control number 13, and at one of the crossings I was deciding whether to go straight or to the right, because there was a block of buildings, and it seemed like basically it doesn't matter. Like maybe if I would go on that crossing to the right, it would have been like 50 meters shorter, maybe even less than that. But I saw a runner I knew in front of me, like I think he was running M45 category, so that I usually run M45, but since this was a sprint, I just decided to go a category lower age category, so I have it a little bit longer. So I followed him into this small park to the significant tree, and yeah, this was a longer leg, so not much to say here. Just following that guy, as you can see, trying to run in the shade so I don't heat up my body too much. And then control number 14 was like behind some bush in this same park, so not a difficult one. Then control 15 was basically like just follow this street, but control number 16, that was one that where I had to decide a little bit what to do. And yeah, here is control 14, and now to the 15. That was a time where I had to decide how to approach control 16, because that was across this big block of buildings, and you could go back, like around this along this street, or you could go and continue further. So here I decided to continue further. It seemed shorter to me, and there the catch was that from this side to control number 16 there was a little bit of a climb. If I would go back to control 14 and around that block, I would have a little bit less of orienteering and a little bit less of a climb. But here, you know, still it's streets and buildings. It's quite clear where to go, and I will be shortly at the map. So here I knew that I have to go to the right to get to my control 16. So it wasn't that difficult. I should get to the map shortly. Yeah, so here I am, basically to the right, on the crossroads. So yes, it was I think better route choice here than to go from the opposite side. That would have been longer. And now again around this church, to control number 17, which was in some small blind street, basically. But this was like an end. It wasn't like there was no route choice here. It was easy. And yeah, control number 18, that was through this like a city gate. So very nice city gate. I think the course setter made it so, or it was decided to pass through this iconic city gate. I think it's one of the seeing sites of Louny, so they prepared it so, which is nice. I guess that's how would you prepare a race in city you love. So I guess that was cool. I know that here at the end still I was a little bit struggling with the orientation, because you don't want to, you know, do some mishap with the rules, etc. But overall the race was great. Little bit of hiccup at the control number 7, I would say, but other than that it was cool. So thanks for watching and see you next time.